This was a lot of pain and I remember it, and I was screaming and they gave me a lot of pain medicine, a lot of it. Good morning, friends. So I am back and it is different. Everything's different. Let me tell you all about it and then I'm gonna get into the story that we're here to hear about. First of all, I've been gone for a long time. I don't know the exact number of months, but it's definitely been a minute or two. I don't really have a good reason as to why I kind of just fell off the face of the planet. I guess I just lost my motivation to be filming videos about makeup. So that's why I am not going to be doing too much of that anymore. There will be a little bit of like review, maybe a box review here and there, or like a product review here and there, but it's not going to be strictly makeup beauty anymore because to be honest, I don't really care about that stuff. To be honest, I haven't worn this much makeup in probably since the last time I filmed a video. I almost forgot how to do my makeup, if I'm being very frank with you, and I am. I actually have new lighting as well, so hopefully everything's good. Hopefully sound is good. Hopefully this is kind of like a trial run, okay? So if there's anything that's a little off in this video, I'll fix it for the next one, I promise. Okay, so let's get into the story. So if you guys didn't know already, I have had some plastic surgery done. Mainly what we're going to talk about today are my breasts and my breast augmentation. If you guys want to hear about the rest of my plastic surgery that I've done, just thumbs up or leave a comment below and let me know, and I'll definitely make videos about that stuff for you. I actually have a story about getting my nose done and I was awake during the surgery, so thumbs up if you want to hear about that. So back to the boobs. So back in oh gosh, now I have to remember dates. I think it was 2008, November of 2008, I decided to have a breast augmentation. I was an adult, just so everyone knows. I was in my 20s, somewhere in my early 20s, I think. So it's not something that's like, I was a baby and I thought, you know what, I want bigger boobs. No, I was like a grown woman and I was like, girl, my boobs ain't looking right. In fact, the first doctor I went to for a consultation told me, he sat down, I showed him my boobs and he goes, oh, you've had children. No, actually, sir, I have not had children, but thank you for reinforcing the fact that I need to have my boobs done. Legit, like that's how bad it was. I had, they were very small, rather deflated looking. They are stretch marky. Like it looked like I had children. I mean, I'll give him that, but I didn't. So it was like slightly depressing that the doctor was telling me that. Someone that sees a lot of boobs, I don't need to hear that. Needless to say, I didn't go with that doctor. I actually went to another consultation with another doctor, and he was awesome. He's kind of like the boob man. He's done a lot of breast augmentations. A lot of people that are on reality shows he's done breast augmentations for, like fitness models and stuff like that. He's really good at what he does. So I decided to have the surgery. It was originally $4,400, somewhere around there. They were saline implants, 530 something cc's, both, which by the way, that sounds like a lot, and it depends on your body size on if that is a lot or not. But anyway, long story short, for me, for real though, for me it's not a lot because I'm a taller girl with like broader shoulders, so that was like a good size. Anyway, I digress. Got my boobs done. I can go into that whole experience another time if you'd like to hear about that as well, because that was horrific. Like original breast augmentation surgery was really tough. I was super sore, could barely move, couldn't do anything for myself. I passed out in the shower the first time I took one, couldn't get off the couch, couldn't move my head. I'll go into the whole thing if you want to hear about it. Let me know. So, got my boobs done. Everything was good. We were happy for like, how many years? 7 years, I believe. I believe it was 7 years. Now, if you don't know, your breast implants come with a warranty that every warranty is different, every company is different, but mine, the implant itself was covered for 10 years, okay? So after 10 years, basically you're shit out of luck. If your implant should burst, you just gotta pay the entire fee to get them replaced. So here we are. It was like maybe October that I noticed something was weird. So I work out a lot and I wear a lot of sports bras and tight clothing when I go to the gym, and I noticed that it just looked smaller. Something was weird. It's my right one, by the way. I actually have a photo of me in clothing where you can see how much smaller the breast looked than the left one. Not only did it look smaller, but it felt a lot more squishy and soft. So that was a noticeable difference as well. And I also was feeling some like pain in it. And I think that that was like the muscle and the pocket that it sits in maybe shrinking, because after I went to the doctor, they told me that that was a concern of theirs. Now, they were saline implants, like I mentioned before, so it's not like anything toxic was leaking into my body. It wasn't like silicone where you're gonna get sick and die and bad things happen. Saline is something that's naturally found in our bodies. It's just salt water, sterile salt water, so it wasn't a terrible thing. But the fact that the implant itself was shrinking and the pocket that it lives in was shrinking is not good, because when I go to get it replaced, it's gonna be pain like I had in the beginning when I first got them done, like I had mentioned a moment ago. So I was living with it for a little while. Like I mentioned, this was in, I think, like September, October, somewhere around there, that I noticed it shrinking. I was like, ooh, maybe it's not really, I don't know, maybe I'm going crazy. But then like people started noticing, not like going, hey girl, your boob looks smaller. Nobody was saying that, but like I would be like, hey, do you notice, does this look different? And a good friend of mine, her name's Alex, hey girl, she was like, yeah, I can notice. Like I can tell now that you mentioned it. So it was something that was actually noticeable by people, especially when I would go to like the gym and I would have sports bra and tank top on. I was getting really self-conscious about it because it was so obvious to me. So I finally decided to go to the doctor. I was like, you know what, let's just go. Let's see what they say. I think we're in warranty, we should be good. So I went to the doctor. Sure enough, they told me I had a deflation, or, partial deflation, but what they thought was happening was, okay, so you got your implant, right? It's like a little balloon. There's a valve, like a basketball valve that fills it up. So when they put it in, they could fill it up with the salt water. They think that the valve had some scar tissue growing into it. So it would like leak and then not leak, and then leak and then not leak, and leak and not. So it wasn't like it was a pop in it that was exploding and there was saline going everywhere. It was like a slow leak that was obviously going to continue over time to the point where my implant would be like a pancake, as they called it. So at this point, they gave me some options. They said, listen, we can replace that implant with the same one free of charge. You're good to go. But since you're so close to warranty time for both of them, you have this other option to get them both replaced with a new upgraded fancy pants implant. They're called gummy bear implants, or that's like the cute name for them. They're basically a silicone gel. So if you look it up online, you can look on YouTube, I did, type in like silicone gel implant cut open or something. It's literally like you squeeze it, it comes out like the gel inside, and then you let it go and it pops back in. It's really interesting stuff. So I do have silicone implants now, but they're much more safe than the original silicone implants ever could have been, because if they were punctured or cut open for some crazy reason, it wouldn't leak into your body. It stays in that little capsule area. I just blew some snot out. So I decided to go with that option just because, well, why not, right? Get some upgraded boobs. I did have to pay around $4,000 again, but if I didn't have my implant that had leaked and was under warranty, I got a discount, it would have been closer to like $7,000-ish. So all in all, my boobs have been over 9,000 at this point. So yay. My dog's sitting here. Can you see her tail or something? Yep, there it is. Hey girl. So you would think, since I've had surgery now many times, not just plastic surgery, but other surgeries as well, that I wouldn't be scared. And I wasn't scared the day of. When I got there, it's a very nice place. It's a beautiful surgical center. It's in building. They give you fancy gowns and you're like treated like a queen with heated blankets and everything's wonderful. You're spending a lot of money. They better treat you good, right? I mean, I understand, right? It makes sense. I wasn't nervous. I wasn't scared until they actually started like wheeling me into the room, and I've never been so scared. I've never been so scared for surgery. I was shaking, I was freaking out, and my thoughts were, oh my God, why are you doing this to yourself? Like this, to me, it was like a vanity thing, which makes no sense because the other surgeries have been too, but this one, I don't know, I was like, I'm testing fate is what my thoughts were. Like I could die right now and it would be all my fault, I guess. I don't know. That was my thoughts going through my head. Don't ask me to explain them. I can't explain them, but those were my thoughts at the time. So they calmed me down. There was such a nice nurse, you should know, that held my hand as I'm crying, and she's wiping my tears and she's going, you're gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. She like warmed my heart. I was so grateful for her because I was like, thank you. As I'm like going out, the lights are turning out in my mind and my brain and my face, and she's like holding my hand, and I'm just like so happy she's there. Anyway, so I wake up from the surgery and I'm in immense pain, more pain than I've ever been from a surgery that I can recall anyway. Of course, I don't remember a lot of other things, surgeries that I've had, but this was a lot of pain and I remember it, and I was screaming, and they gave me a lot of pain medicine, a lot of it. We got home, I threw up in the driveway, which, hey girl, pretty good for throwing up in the driveway and not in the car. That's actually something else I want to mention. Me, someone that's drank a lot in their day, has never, ever thrown up anywhere but a toilet or the grass. That's it. I'm pretty impressed with myself. You should give me a round of applause. Thank you. So go inside, I'm healing, we're cool, everything's good. Now I actually had the surgery done December 15th, I believe. So it's been almost 2 months now. I'm totally good, totally cleared, can do everything. I'm working out a lot again. Excuse me. The one thing I'm not going to do at the gym is chest. I didn't really understand how that could affect your implants, and that's something else if you are interested in learning about. Look it up on YouTube. I did. If you have breast implants or are thinking about getting them and you're into fitness, working out your chest is kind of a slippery slope because the muscles that you have here and you're strengthening them can actually push your implants out to the side. So if you actually see women that are really fit and their implants look to the side, it's probably because they're working their chest too much. So I've decided not to do chest anymore. With these new young ladies that I have attached to my body. Moral of the story is, if you have breast implants or anything and you sense that something's wrong, it probably is. You know your body the best. Nobody can tell you otherwise. You could always ask people's opinions like I did, just to kind of get their take on it and see what they think. But just go with your gut. And if you think that you need to go to the doctor, go to the doctor. And that's probably the best course of action. If you guys aren't following me on Snapchat, make sure you do that. I'll have a link below and I'll also have it right over yonder. I also have an Instagram, if you didn't know that, where I post some fitness things every now and then. And I'll definitely be posting more stuff now that I'm back into the groove. Make sure to subscribe if you are not already. I am going to be doing a lot more videos like this in the future. I have so many stories to tell you guys. Like these story time videos, I've been hooked watching them on YouTube, so I thought, God, I have a lot of stories to tell you guys, and man, I really should start doing that. So that's why I'm here, and if you want to see more of that, make sure you stick around. For those of you that are my loyal subscribers that have been here from the beginning, or at least since kind of the beginning, you've watched me grow all through my YouTube years, and you watched me change, and I appreciate you very much. I appreciate it if you do stick around to see what I have coming in the future, but if you decide that I'm not what you want to see anymore, it's okay if you decide to go. I'll miss you, but I understand. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.